What's going on, Red Wings fans? Welcome inside Little Caesars Arena for another edition of the Forecheck. I'm Daniela Bruce, alongside Ken Kale, your Red Wings radio play-by-play announcer. Ken, we're back at Little Caesars Arena, and it had to feel good to call a Red Wings win on Saturday.
Certainly did, and I was a little bit concerned as to how the Red Wings would come out. Would they play as a five-man group? Would they win those one-on-one battles like Jeff Blashill wanted them to? Or would they come out and play as individuals and maybe fall into the same trap? But no, they came out, they played well, and got the victory 2-1.
Let's take a look back at that game, Ken. It was Saturday night against the Florida Panthers, and the Red Wings, of course, coming out victorious, a 2-1 win after a beating the night before. So it was really good to see the Red Wings come out like this. Florida would strike first. Wenberg wide open on the power play. Ken, what did you think of that play?
I don't know how he got wide open in front. He somehow got behind the defense and was able to make a couple of moves from his right to his left and finally put it into the net behind Bernier. And that was a power play goal.
Was, and the Red Wings would respond in the second period. This is something that we like to see out of the Wings. They go down a goal, but Patrick Nemeth, normally quiet on the blue line. Red Wings win the faceoff, and it's just a great shot from Patrick Nemeth. Great to see him find the score sheet.
Yeah, good to see a defenseman snipe the puck right there. And it all started, as you mentioned, Daniela, from the faceoff. Glendening wins it. The puck comes over to Nemeth, and he fires it home. And that was a good goal to tie up the hockey game.
And then perhaps the biggest highlight of the game, Mathias Brome netting his first NHL goal, obviously first goal as a Red Wing. He's been playing really well, Ken. Another person that was really cool to see finally find the score sheet for a goal.
What I really liked about Brome there is he was on the right side of the ice, and then he cut right out in front of the net looking for the greasy goal. He got the rebound and fires it home. And boy, if I'm Dylan Larkin, I'm gripping my stick a little better. Look at that. He knocked it right out of his hand.
It was great. The smile on Brome's face was incredible. Jonathan Bernier, of course, showing up again on Saturday. That was a great save at the end of the second period.
Boy, it really was. And, he just stood with a move for move right there, made the fantastic save. And you need that goalkeeping if you're going to win.
And in the third period, it's Jonathan Bernier again at keeping this thing at 2-1 Red Wings. Florida had some great chances. Bernier stood tall.
That was Verhaeghe right there on the doorstep trying to get the goal. He paid the price. The stall roughed him up a little bit. But, hey, Bernier made the first save, made the second save, and that's all you can ask from your goaltender. He kept the Wings in the game right there.
Can the Red Wings pick up the win in another hard-fought battle, another really close scoring game? What was different about the Red Wings on Saturday that ultimately led them to be on the victorious side of one of these close games?
Daniela, it was the one-on-one battles, I think, and that's something that the Red Wings didn't do in that 7-2 loss to the Florida Panthers. They competed hard, and they did the things that they did prior to win that hockey game. And as I mentioned before, it's all those little things that you do that gives you an opportunity to win. Plus, they got some great goalkeeping in the end there, especially in the third period from Jonathan Bernier. So those little things add up to victory.
And going back to Mathias Brome scoring his first NHL goal, it was funny in the post-game interview with Brome, he said, I've actually had better chances than that one that didn't go in, but that one found the back of the net.
He, in leagues overseas, it took him 14, 15 games to finally get a point. So I think he's kind of used to that type of treatment. He really wanted to get that first goal, and he was so happy when he got it. And you know what? Jeff Blashill was talking about Brome and how he's a kind of guy that even if he's not scoring, he does so many other things that helps the Red Wings win. And a lot of it is his overall defensive game. And when you're good on both sides of the puck, you can earn a spot in this lineup. But after all, you do have to produce from time to time.
Yes, you do. And he finally did. So hopefully he can keep that streak going. Blashill has talked about how Mathias Brome finds the score sheet in bunches. Once he scores one goal, they seem to come in bunches. So we're really hoping for that tonight. And now they have to look forward to the Nashville Predators in town. Coach Blashill addressed the media earlier today. This is what he had to say about tonight's opponent.
I tend to stick to our own team and looking at our own team and where we're at. I know they've got a great coach over there in John Hines. I know they've got a number of good players. They're missing some really good players. They might get some of those guys back. I think when you miss players in this league, you don't have the same team as if you don't miss them, so it affects you. Ekholm's a big piece of that, I think, and he is not going to play, I don't believe, tonight, and he's a big piece of it. He's a really good player, so it'll be like almost every night in the league. It's going to be a hard game, and for us to put ourselves in position to win, we have to be at our best. We can't come at an 80% effort, a 90% effort. We need to be at our best every night for us to be in position to win, and then we got to find ways to win those games. So we got to make sure we're ready to go.
So, Ken, as Coach Blashill said, Ekholm will not be in the lineup tonight, but somebody that will be for the Nashville Predators is Ryan Johansson, the center. He will be centering the third line, and his presence hasn't been huge this season. He only has 4 points in 10 games thus far, but the Preds are 2-5 without him in the last 7 games, but with him, they were 5-5. So definitely some improvement when Johansson is in the lineup.
Absolutely. And he came over in a trade from the Columbus Blue Jackets, and he was a very high pick. I believe he went 4th overall in the, what draft was it, 2010 draft. And he provides a lot of offense. We talked about Philip Forsberg in the past and what he can do with the Nashville Predators, but you always have to keep an eye out on Johansson. I'm just hoping that it's going to take him a couple of games to get rolling because he's really an elite hockey player. And when he gets on a roll, he can put the puck in with the best of them.
Another player that Detroit is going to have to worry about tonight, Philip Forsberg. He is on a 5-game point streak against the Red Wings. He's tallied 3 goals and 8 assists. 3 goals and 5 assists for 8 points in that time span, Ken.
He can do it all. He's a great guy that can set you up, and also he's one of those players that can score too wherever he's at on the ice. And you know, with a Philip Forsberg out there, you keep your eye on him. But again, he's just so good that he's going to find the openings on the ice, and if you give him enough time and space, he can hurt you.
And then you look on the blue line, you've got Roman Josi, who was the 2020 Norris Trophy winner, and he's finding the score sheet a lot this season too.
Yeah, he is, and he's always seems to be one of the leaders in scoring on this Nashville Predator team. You look at their history, and they've had a lot of great defensemen come up through the ranks there ever since they came in the National Hockey League. But he logs a lot of ice time. Josi averages, I think, 25 and a half minutes, maybe sometimes 26. He can go as high as 28, and he doesn't even appear to be tired out there or gassed. So he's one of those guys that the coaching staff can just count on him going every other shift and really play solid hockey.
Nashville is also coming off a big win on Saturday, so both of these teams are trying to see what they can do and keep the ball rolling. They both need to pick up some points. The Red Wings have a pretty solid history against the Nashville Predators. They have won the past few matchups here. They have taken 11 of the last 14 to be exact, which is pretty good.
Yeah, you know what? I think the Red Wings actually play better at Bridgestone Arena as opposed to Little Caesars Arena. But you know what? Let's just pretend tonight is Bridgestone Arena and pretend this is a road game, and they always seem to win over there.
And Luke Glendening had a pretty good game against Nashville the last time they were in Nashville too, didn't he?
Yeah, and Pecorine is the kind of guy that if he's tending goal tonight, which I think he is, Pecorine gave up a couple of easy goals the last time that the Red Wings have played against the Nashville Predators in that victory that Detroit had in Nashville.
You mentioned the goaltending in Nashville. I talked to Kara Hammer earlier today, the Fox Sports Tennessee Rinkside reporter, and she mentioned that it's always Pecorine that's number one, but UC Saros has been getting a lot of time in net too. They've each played 10 games, but Pecorine is still their number one guy?
Yeah, he is, and I really think that Pecorine's still their go-to guy when they want to win hockey games, and they're coming off a big victory, 4-2 over the Columbus Blue Jackets, but Rene, he went 258th overall in the 2004 draft. He went in the 8th round. So how about finding a gem in the later rounds? Those are the types of things that, you know, if you're looking at Steve Yzerman, you want to find those kind of guys that are going to really mean something to you down the road. You got to find those diamonds in the rough. And certainly over his career, I think tonight will be his 670th career game if he plays, which we think he's going to play. That is amazing. How many games he's played, and he's got over 300 victories, 58 shutouts. He's been everything for the Nashville Predators in his career.
And last question for you, Ken. We haven't seen any news yet, but we assume that Mathias Brome will be called up from the taxi squad to play for the Red Wings tonight, right?
Well, I would imagine. Yeah. You know, he gets the game-winning goal. He deserves it.
He has to.
Absolutely. He deserves to be in the lineup. And we're hoping that sometimes we talk about confidence and where you need to be. And sometimes when you get a goal like that after so many great opportunities, maybe the next couple will be easier for Mathias Brome. But I'll tell you what, I like how he plays. They use him in all different situations, and he can do things that can help the team win.
And Sam Gagne's health was in question as well. I know he skated at morning skate. We saw that with you and Carly Johnston earlier today. Do you expect that we'll see Sam Gagne in the lineup tonight?
I don't know. I mean, that's a good question. You know, I don't know if Nemesnikov will be in the lineup too. The Red Wings went with 7 defensemen the last game, and they really played really well. So we don't know if they're going to go with 7 defensemen or if they're going to go with 12 and 6. We'll just have to wait and see.
Well, no matter who is on the ice tonight, Ken, we saw that the history against the Nashville Predators is pretty good. How are the Red Wings going to keep that ball rolling? rolling and find themselves on a 2-game win streak here.
Well, they haven't won 2 straight.
I
They've gotten
know.
points in 2 hockey games, but now would be a good time to face a team that I think is ripe for the picking right now. And I mentioned that about Chicago when the Red Wings were going in, and Chicago was 0-3-1, and the Red Wings couldn't get a point out of Chicago. So maybe they can capitalize against this Nashville team. And I think the Red Wings always seem to play good against them, so why not? Let's get some points tonight. Let's get some points on Thursday heading into the road trip.
That's right. When we come back here on Thursday, we're going to be talking about a 2-game win streak, the first of the season for this Detroit Red Wings team. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to this edition of the Forecheck. You can tune in to tonight's game, which starts at 7:30 p.m. on Fox Sports Detroit, or of course, you can tune in to 97.1 The Ticket and listen to our very own Ken Cal and Paul Woods. Again, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys on Thursday.